From the traditional Chinese medicine point of view, there is two types of stress. Do you want to rule out which one you are dealing with? Please take a deep breath and think that you are a tree. Under a strong wind, you want to hold still, and your trunk is very substantial and stiff. You cannot flow with the wind. As a result, you tightened up your body to cope with the turbulence. So now, can you see clearly? Assess the situation with accuracy and make a good decision. So you become stressed and anxious if the turbulence is too strong and you are too rigid. There is a risk. The tree can be uprooted. That's usually the moment people experience panic attacks under extreme situation. Traditional Chinese medicine calls this type of stress liver qi stagnation. Capitalized L, liver, Chinese medicine organ system. The rigidity of the wood element causes this condition. When we encounter stress, our body produces stress hormones that trigger a fight and flight response and activate our immune system. This helps us respond quickly to dangerous situation. In this case, the stress response can be very helpful. It helps us push through fear or pain so we can run a marathon or deliver a speech. Well, our stress hormone usually return to normal quickly once the stressful event is over. And there won't be any lasting effects. From TCM point of view, a long-lasting rigidity of liver system can leave us in a permanent fight and flight stage. This means the stress hormone fails to return to normal after the stressful event. How to deal with it? From the physical aspect, I developed a specific method to soothe the body, just like softening the stiffness of the trunk of tree. You can check the video Qigong First Light for stress. In this practice, we opened up our palms upward, just like we hold plates. We move these two plates to open our chest area and to open up this very important point. We call it gate of emotion. We enter pure light into these two areas, which we call them shoulder wells. One is here, another one is here. That's the two little pools of energy. Enter the energy of pure light into these 2 points. And then with a vigorous breathing out, you release all of the waste energy using a strong breathing out, vigorous breathing out, like and then you repeat. I believe you still remember this movement. Qigong, the first light for stress. So using this practice to release stagnated liver qi. From the mental aspect, let's be like water. In Tao Te Ching, the second most translated book besides Bible, Lao Tzu shows us the philosophy of flow, the supreme good of water, the power of softness. He says, nothing is weaker than water. But when it attacks something hard or resistant, then nothing withstands it, and nothing will alter its way. Water is so fine that it's impossible to grasp a handful of it. Strike it, yet it doesn't suffer hurt. Stab it, and it is not wounded. Sever it, yet it is not divided, not divided. It has no shape, but molds itself to the receptacle that contains it. When heated to the state of steam, it is invisible, but has enough power to split even the earth. When frozen, it crystallizes into a mighty rock. First, it is turbulent, like waterfalls. Then comes like a stew. Oh. Fearful like a torrent, and refreshing like a spring on a hot summer's day. Water is formless and shapeless. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bowl, it becomes the bowl. If you put it into a vase, a flower vase, it becomes the vase. Water flows easily, but water can also crush a rock with time. Lao Tzu says, the most gentle thing in the world overrides the hardest. This is a profound idea if you think about it. Imagine water, it seems to be soft and weak. Now, imagine a rock. It seems hard and powerful, yet over ages, over years, water overcomes rock. Like water softens how you perceive the world around yourself and change or creates new reality for you. No matter how stressful the circumstances, also it softens your inside and makes a free flow of energy. Qi, blood, and body fluid essence circulate freely. You see, you assess the situation with more accuracy, and result, you make a better decision and save time. In a word, you have a clearer idea of how to behave in the world. So, if your stress pattern relates to the stiffness of the wood elements, which is liver qi stagnation, be gentle to overcome. Toughness is our best tool to cope with a stressful situation. Now, let's conclude. The type 1 of stress relates to the rigidity of the wood element, liver qi stagnation. Physically, you can use Qigong, the first light for stress, to soften the body, because the vigorous breathing method in the practice can immediately release stagnation. Furthermore, mentally be like water and apply philosophy of flow to soften the world you perceive and create a new reality for you. Close your eyes again and take another deep breath. You are that same tree. No rain, no water, only with dry wind. The leaves die off and start to fall. The twigs of tree become fragile and broken. Then the entire tree gets drier and drier. Lack of nutrients and moisture lubrication. In this case, if a sparkle of fire approaches the tree can get burned, which is when people become angry and irritable at the moment of stress. Now please open up your eyes. Is this familiar to you? From the traditional Chinese medicine point of view, the stress is caused by deficiency of the water element, which relates to kidney system. Of course, again, capitalized K, kidney. Traditional Chinese medicine organ system. This type of stress is more delicate to cope with. A simple change of perspective or mental state is not enough. You are too exhausted and tired and have overstretched for an extended period of time, or your diet fails to supply enough nutrients, or you're just recovered from a severe disease and have abused your life force, or simply because of your age causes natural degeneration. In a word, your body is weak and your life force is deficient. In the front of a challenging situation, the stressor turns into a sparkle of fire and burns the tree. As a result, you are exhausted, overstressed, but also irritable and angry. You better consult traditional Chinese medicine practitioner or seek other medical assistance. Based on the diagnosis, a practitioner will set up a treatment principle and plan to strengthen life force. Again, in the method of the first slide for stress, you can use these movements. Standing, pure light into the vessel conception, the ocean of yin. Yin means substance. In this case, you can benefit the production of qi, blood, body fluid, and essence. In this discussion of type 1 and type 2 stress, you can better understand your condition and develop a plan to cope with. You can use the first light method for stress for both types as a daily practice. As always, thank you for watching. and I will see you next time.